We'll just start by coming to standing, and just to start the lesson or start the session, we can just do the breathing out strongly through the stomach. So just breathing in, feeling the stomach expand, and then breathing out 6 times in your own time. Nice, and then just letting the breathing come back. Taking a really deep breath in, and then breathing all the way out. And then when you feel like all the air is gone, just breathing out a little bit more. And breathing in. And then we can take 6 breaths again. So just really using our stomach muscles to push out the air. Great, and last time. Great, so this is just really to get everything stagnant out before we start. And we can just start by doing a quick shake warm up. So letting the arms be as loose as they can. Massaging different parts of the leg. And just relaxing the shoulder. And then we can switch. And just experimenting with bouncing the knees so that you have to do the least amount with the arms, so that the arms can just relax completely. Nice, and then we'll just swing the arms. Letting the shoulders relax down. and the arms just swing. And then just pushing from the ground. Taking the arm up over the shoulder. And we can just imagine there's a pole going through the center of the body as we do this, and the pole just twists on itself. And then pushing from the ground even further, taking it up, and as it comes down you can really let it swing, giving the momentum for the next time. Great. We can shake out the feet. So gently and taking it up if it feels good. And if you have space. And then we'll just take the knee up and round and out. Again, if you have space. And then just to the side, pointing the knee up to the side, and then letting the leg follow just gently. And then to the back. Great, and we can shake out the legs, loosen the hips, and take up to the upper body. All the way up. Great, we're just going to start with the positions again. We'll do that a few times for the next classes just to train our legs, make them nice and strong. So we can come to hip width and then taking our arms into our arc, taking the leg out as much as feels good, and just tucking under. And then we just keep the arch or the bow of the arms, but take our hands out. And just paying attention to the space in between our legs and our arms. And then keeping the arch of the arms, so not moving much and keeping this space. We can look to our right and then to the left. Now we can move the weight to one side, take the toes out on the other side, move the weight forward, take the toes in, and then just turning the upper body, keeping the arms as they are. And then taking the legs, the feet parallel, taking with the weight to the other side, the toes come out, the weight goes forward, and then we just twist the upper body. And then coming back to center, feet parallel, and taking it in. Great. We'll just do that one more time. So taking our bow, taking our feet nice and wide, tailbone tucked under, that looks really good everyone. And then take 4 really deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, relaxing the shoulder. 2 on this side. 1, 2, and on this side. 1, 2. Then we take the weight to this foot, taking the toes out, taking the feet roughly parallel so that they're facing kind of in this direction, and we just twist the upper body. Taking 2 breaths. 1, 2. Coming back to center, and then last side, taking the feet to the other side and twisting. 1, 2. And then we come back to center and take it in. Great. If you like, you can stretch out the thighs. So when I talk about, you guys can continue, I'll just say a little bit. When I talk about kind of keeping this arch, when I do this, for example, if I wasn't to keep it, my shoulder would come out of alignment. So by just doing this movement, I just move as little as possible. So rather than maybe taking the shoulder back and breaking this kind of structure, the arch remains. I don't know if that's clear or makes sense. Yeah? Okay, great. So yeah, so that's just something to kind of think about as we do all the movements, the general structure stays still in the movement. Great, so we'll just do a little bit of expansion and contraction, and then we'll move on to the form. So we can take the arms to the front, and then we just stretch them down and out away from the body. And then as we contract, they come back down. So we just imagine the body like a balloon, and it just blows up all the way. Our whole body, every point of the body expands and then contracts. So the air comes in here, and we expand in all directions and contract. So we can just begin by breathing in as we expand, and then breathing out as we contract. And the shoulder turns, so our pinkies are up, and then at the top our shoulders turn and our thumbs are up, the pinkies are down. And if it feels comfortable, just taking all the attention to the visualization. So the air goes in through the dantian, blows up the body, and then the air comes out. So we remember the arch of the arms, so we're not all the way back, but we keep the relaxed chest. The chest is empty. And as we expand, every part of the body expands like a balloon. And then we can take it forward, so starting with our arms, our hands at the sides, taking similarly our pinkies come up as we expand, and then as we contract very slightly, our thumbs are up. So we expand and contract, and just going at the pace that feels good. So keeping the shoulders and the arms nice and relaxed. And then we just breathe in and out. So breathing in as we expand, and out as we contract. And our whole body expands like a balloon, contracts, and then we can just take it back to this one. And this time changing the breathing. So taking a deep breath in, and then as we expand, we breathe out. And as we contract, we breathe in. And the visualization stays the same. And just noticing if that's more difficult. And we can just close there. Taking a little time if the legs need shaking out. Maybe stretching. And you can also stretch the shoulders backwards. So if it feels nice, taking the chest out and pressing the shoulders back. And just taking a few really deep breaths in. So breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing out all the air. And then breathing in and out all the air. Nice. So we'll just loosen the arms, and then we'll do the first part of the form. Taking it up. Great. So we start the form standing like this, and the first thing that we do is usually we empty the chest, which just means that the chest goes from kind of straight to empty, the weight goes down. So it's slightly hollowed. And then the weight comes down into the ground. We take the weight into the left leg, and the right leg lifts all the way, and then taking it out, the heel comes down. We have around shoulder width. And just like before, the arms come down and just away from the body and down. And then we turn slightly to the left and to the right. The weight comes to the left. And then as we take the weight back to the right, our arms come up. So my right palm is facing up, and my left palm faces out. And then I take my finger up and all the way down. Great, so emptying the chest, taking it heel down. The arms come down and up, the pinkies come up. We turn to the left and then to the right, the weight is on the left, and then we take it all the way around. And then pointing just our index finger, we take it up and down. So we'll just do it one more time with the weight, and then we'll just do a few with just the arms. So taking the knee up and down. Taking the pinkies up. So I'll do it from the side just so you see, and then maybe we'll just do the arms. So we lift the leg, take it over to the side, and then the arms come down, up all the way, and to around our hips. And then I just rotate to the left, and then take my upper body to the right, the weight stays at the left, and then I scoop down. My arms come into this position as if I'm holding someone's arm here, if that makes sense. So just doing it without the weight, we expand, contract, great, so we'll just split that up. So this is looking really good for everyone. And then we just twist to the side, and then the weight goes onto this leg. Our arms are slightly higher, and then we scoop, and it's just really this hand just comes here. So I don't know if the Zoom actually switches it around. So this is my left and my right. I don't know if that makes sense. Do you have a question? No? Oh, yes.
Really, could you do it with your back towards us one time? Because I get confused with where's my weight, when, and...
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just do it from the back. I hope that Zoom, I'm not sure if it flips it, but we'll see. So we just take the weight goes on my left leg, Is that a bit more clear? Yeah? Well, we'll just leave it there for just now and we'll just come back to it. So the beginning of the form is actually a bit more complicated than most of the rest of it. So, or it's all quite complicated, but it seems very complicated at the beginning. So we're just gonna do some exercises. So these are called, you can just move the arms. And in this exercise, you really want to become aware of the sole of your foot on the ground. So where is the weight on the sole of the foot? If there was just a pinpoint, you don't really want the pin on both feet. If I was to move my weight and there's just one point where most of my weight is, you want to start to follow that point. So as we do these, just experiment. There's not so much of a scheme where the weight goes. Just experiment where the edge is of where you could keep balance. So as I would maybe come very much to the side, where's my edge where my body has to really tense to keep the balance? Does that make sense? Or if I was to come forward during the exercise, what parts of my body tense and where's kind of the edge that I would have to keep my balance, and just allowing during the movement for you to find that single point where the weight is and just watching the movements. So the arms just come out, so down and out. And then back round in a circle. Does everyone feel the soles of their feet on the ground? And just experimenting coming back and forward, finding where the edges of your center are. If the center is kind of the weight directly down, where it's most stable, where's kind of the edge. And we can, we can change the arm movements, so we can take them up and out, and then take them back in, so pinkies up, and then they come out. That looks good. Taking the arms back, the palms come up. So yeah, so just to show you, as we come out, and then the hands come back towards, and then we open, and then the arms open out, and then it's almost like we scoop up and back. Yep, that looks great. And then back towards, opening upwards. Yep, perfect, everyone's got it. And now, once you feel comfortable, just using it to kind of feel where that one point of weight is, where's kind of the edge. Just moving around, and it's just like a game, just really feeling. You can do it fast or slow. Concentrating on just that point. And you can also take it down if that changes things. Great. And then taking it all the way up, forward and down. So here we are, up and down. So as we come up, the pinkies are up, and as we come down, the thumbs come down. So experimenting with that point, the weight, and maybe experimenting how it changes as you come down. And if it feels strange, no worries. Just allowing your body to move freely, allowing the shoulders to relax and the arms. For these exercises, the form matters less than just gaining awareness. So the point of the exercises are really just to experiment, finding that weight point. Great. And coming back. So kind of feeling that ease in the upper body, coming back to our form, starting raising the arms, and then coming to the left, taking the arms to the right, the weight goes to the left, and then scooping under, and as if I'm kind of, the arms are at the same level as if I'm kind of holding. Hi Caroline.
Hi, sorry to enter late. I'll just quiet.
No problem. So just coming back, we're just doing the first part of the form, but don't worry, just follow the movements, let your upper body feel nice and loose and relaxed. And just relaxing the shoulders, emptying the chest down. And then the arms reach down and away from the body. Great. And then they come down to just around hips. We take them to the left, to the right, and then all the way up. That looks good. And we'll just do it one more time today. So, emptying the chest down, and the arms stretch down and away. And then we take them down. We take it to the left, then the arms to the right, and the weight stays, and then we scoop as the weight goes to the right. And then from the center, we take the arm up and down. That's great. Taking it all the way in, and then just shaking it. Nice job, everyone. Relaxing the shoulders. And the arms. And if this feels nice and relaxing, you can even take your attention to the arch of the legs, just slightly keeping our legs bent and these hip points nice and relaxed. And then taking it all the way up to the shoulders. And then even further up. Great, and then we can take the toes, so stretching out the toes. And my weight stays on the front and then just tips slightly to the back, just however feels comfortable. And then this time just taking the heel down, stretching the calf, and then we just press the shoulder forward, wrapping the arm, and we just twist 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Keeping the space, so keeping the arch. 1, 2, 3. And again, so pressing that forward. Great, and we can shake out the legs. Shaking the hips. And then the whole body. Great, and then just to finish the movement practice, we can just take those 6 breaths out again like the start. So just at your own time. And taking a really deep breath in and out. Getting rid of all the air. And then again. Nice. Great, so we have time if anyone has any questions. And then we'll just do a brief breathing.
Definitely going to need to practice there's definitely something about the left-right coordination of that form. Like when you faced the window and we followed you from behind, it was so much easier for my brain to grasp. There's something that happens. I can hear you saying left and right, and then and I'm watching you and I'm going, no, my brain's just scrambling at that point when you cross over. And so I just need to practice that one.
Yeah, it's very normal. That's a good point as well for me. Next time I'll do more from the back. I just wasn't sure if you could see the hands, but it would probably be useful to just do it from the back. And the start of learning the form, it's just about memorizing really. So if you feel any kind of tensions or anything of like, oh, I'm not getting it, don't worry. It just, after a while, it just becomes, and then it becomes relaxing. So hopefully that won't be too long. Great. Is there any more questions?
Hello. It was quite early on and we were going forwards. I wasn't sure, at any point do you want to put your weight on your toes when you go forwards to come back kind of thing?
Is it for the oscillation one, when we're finding the weight point, then yeah, you want to really find the kind of edge of this, but when we're just doing the form, the weight is pretty much directly down straight, if that makes sense. Yeah. So we're just really, it's more kind of from the shoulders, and the upper body kind of stays quite centered.
Thank you.
Nice. Great. So we'll just do a short breathing unless there's any more questions. Did you have one, Rona? No, you're all good. Oh, you're muted again. Hang on. Perfect.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm the same as Hazel. My right left's a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going off to the right, and then it should be left, and then left, and it should be left.
Yeah.
That's a bad me anyway.
It's
right
normal,
left.
I think. I also have an issue with rights and lefts, but I have to see at the start which one's my left. But yeah, we'll do it from the back more for next time, and just slowly, it's if you're interested in learning the form, definitely practicing would help a little bit. Just for next time, it really does help. And if you're more kind of interested in the movement, I would also say practice and learn the form, because then when you don't have to think about the memorization anymore, it's a lot easier, and it gets really nice and juicy after a while. So. Sweet. So if you want to grab a pillow, or if you're on a chair, or if you want to lie down, this is just going to be a breathing one. And this breathing, I don't know how you guys felt about when we switched up the breath, from the inhaling as we expand to the exhaling, which we did first, and then switched it to the exhaling to the inhaling. I don't know if that kind of felt tricky or weird. We're really training the mind as well, the brain. So we're just gonna do a visualization to help. Did you want to say something, Mum?
No, just to say that confused me a lot.
Yeah, no problem. We'll do a visualization and that'll hopefully clear things up. So for the visualization, you can just imagine the breath as if it's going, as you breathe out, you're getting bigger. So we'll start off by just having the breath as if it's something that comes out and then comes back in, and then slowly we'll just expand the visualization to the whole body as we breathe out, expanding out like a balloon, and then as we breathe in, the breath takes it back in, if that makes sense. And then with time, you want your presence to take up the whole room, so you want to almost in your mind's eye feel the whole room, and then as you breathe in, just take your presence back to the body, if that makes sense. Take your attention back to the body. So we'll just start, and if you feel comfortable, you can close the eyes. And then as you breathe in, focusing on your nose and mouth. And as you breathe out, imagine the air just coming out like a physical thing coming out of your body. And as you breathe in, coming back into your body. And you breathe out as you breathe out, coming out. And as you breathe in. And just going at whatever pace feels comfortable. Taking the breath into the body and then extending it out. And as you breathe in, it comes back in. And as you breathe out, it comes back out. Letting the whole body relax. Noticing if concentrating is creating any tension. And whatever you can release and let go, just letting it go. And when you're ready, taking the attention back to breathing in. And as you breathe out, seeing the breath extend away from the body. And feel free to stay at this point. Or if you feel comfortable, taking the awareness to all of the body. So as you breathe out, just imagining the whole body expands like a balloon. The whole body goes out. And as you breathe in, the whole body comes back in. all the points of the body expand as you breathe out, and all the body comes back in. And just noticing if any part is outside of your awareness. Maybe you don't feel the back expand as much outwards or inwards. Or maybe it's the top or either side. And just taking a few breaths to concentrate on that part. And you can expand that all the way out into the room. So as you breathe in, your body, your awareness comes into the body, and as you breathe out, it extends right out into every corner. Breathing out, we expand to the corners. We breathe in and come back to the body. And then just taking the awareness all the way into the body and releasing any more tension. As you breathe out, just letting it fall to the floor. One more. Great. And when you're ready, you can open the eyes and come back to the space.